So how did you get into the industry?
How did I get into the industry? I think one of the first things that, as a kid, when I was 16, I got a game called Ultimate 3. And, it was this great RPG, had music, it had the full nine. And so I realized right then, okay, this is kind of what I want to do. Which I think everybody gets that, this is really what I want to do. And then I went to college, realized, hey, I'm not as good at this as I'd hoped. And then heard about a job at Origin Systems. That job was actually customer service. And so I started out as a tech support representative for a huge sum of money, as you might imagine, per hour. And the thing about it really introduced me to the games. And so at the time, they had a really neat system where you did QA and you did customer service. And then from there, I just worked my way up into development, over the years, and work, weasel, however you want to phrase it. But it was a lot of fun, from the very beginning, and it reignited, my passion for games as I took on a designer role. And then I just, started playing games like mad to do research, even games I wouldn't normally play. And then, from then on, that's kind of been what I do. I do a lot of research into games and work as hard as I can.
What was the path from Origin to ZeniMax Online?
So the path from Origin to ZeniMax, in 1996 at Origin, and I think that's the right year roughly, they approached me with an idea for a game that they were working on and said, hey, do you want to QA this game? And I think internally it was called Multima. And it eventually became Ultima Online. That was the first foray I'd had other than MUDs into, online games of that caliber. And, I was a huge MUD fan. So when I got the chance, I was like, okay, this sounds fantastic. Yes, I would really like to play this game with thousands of other people, meet them, greet them, kill them, those type of things. And so from Origin, though, I eventually became the lead designer on Ultima Online on the live side of things, and I learned a lot on that project about how live works, how it works to introduce systems that are both loved and perhaps not so loved by the community, but it teaches you a lot. And then I went from there when I thought that, I'd kind of gotten to a point where I'd worked on the game for so long, I was ready for something else. And so I started at NCSoft, and we started working on a game called Tabula Rasa at the time. And that went through many incarnations, various things. And so from there, we launched that. I worked a little bit on an internal project that they gave me at NCSoft before. At the time, I decided to move on and went to ZeniMax Online.